Okay, hey everybody. What I want to do here is show how I use Trello to manage my orders. So if you have an e-commerce business, I personally sell on Amazon, and this is going to be more geared towards someone who has a business selling on Amazon. However, it can be used for any type of e-commerce business that you're using. You can tweak these Trello boards to your heart's delight. So this is definitely something that is tweakable. So one of the things to kind of keep things in order and to keep things from falling through the cracks is I like to use Trello for a lot of my processes. So in this particular board that I'm going to create, it's called my orders, and I'm creating this brand new board specifically for this training video. And in here, we're going to create our whole process for creating an order and following through on that order until it's actually sent to Amazon and all your products are ready to be sold. So we're going to create a number of lists here for our process. We have the order placed, and then we'll create a new one here and entered into spreadsheet. I have a master spreadsheet that I use for all of my orders from day one that has pretty much all the information for each and every order that I've ever placed. And so I've got that spreadsheet here, and then we've got entered into prep center app, and that app could be a Google Sheet, or it could be an app that they use, or it could be a website that they have. And then here, verify shipment has arrived at Prep Center. And again, you just want to make sure that when you're placing your orders, I wonder why that save. Okay, when you're placing your orders, that a lot of this is just keeping things moving smoothly, and you don't want things slipping through the cracks. And so after doing this for 4 years, you kind of learn to create processes to make sure that they don't slip through the cracks. And so this is just making sure that I'm doing all my checks and balances for each and every shipment. Then you want to create shipment. I use Inventory Lab for all of my Amazon products and for Prep Center. And again, this might change. This might be different for you depending on what type of app you use for all of your products. Might be different depending on the process you use for your Prep Center. So I'm just using this as an example to give you an idea on how it can be used for managing your orders. And then here, well, the very last one is the shipment has actually been shipped to Amazon. So it's actually been done. All right, so what we'll do here is I've created a sample spreadsheet here, and this is what my spreadsheet looks like. And of course, it's full of thousands of lines of information here. But here is a sample order that I just created. Home Basics, ordered on 2/5/2018. What I do is I create. Get all this information from Amazon for that particular product. Here I'm on my other monitor right now, and let's pull this up and pop this over. So this is just a sample product that I went and grabbed, and what I'll do in my spreadsheet is I copy this, so I've got the exact Amazon title, and I pop that into my spreadsheet here. I've got the link to that Amazon page here. I've got the store product page or ASIN here, and then this is all information that I take. The rank I take from the Amazon page. This is just a make-believe cost. I'm assuming that, I'm just making believe that I can get this particular toilet brush for $3. The weight is taken from the Amazon page. If you happen to be using, I use the Rev Seller app here, and I take my weight of the product. Actually, 0.7 is the shipping weight, and I like to be conservative and use whatever's heavier. So 0.7 here. So that's going to change things here. So now my total cost with prep and shipping. This is a formula, and that formula is my cost plus the cost of prepping, which is $1, plus the weight, and it's just in G, which is 0.7 pounds, times 45 cents per pound to ship it into Amazon. So this is my total cost for prepping and shipping into Amazon. Okay. Selling this product for $9.99. So if we go back and look at this on $9.99, and my total cost is $4.32. So let's go back over here and type in $4.32. And so my ROI on this is $1.09 or 25%. And then these are all, this is taken from the Amazon page. This is actually taken from Market Intelligence, or you can also use Jungle Scout. And then competitors, that's from looking at the number of offers on Amazon. This is how many I'm going to go ahead and purchase. The purchase amount, that's a calculation. And that calculation is based on the total number purchased times my cost, which is $3. And then total cost, total amount with shipping and prep. Again, that's the total number times the total cost of shipping and prep. Total ROI is total amount times the ROI, etc., etc. So I've got this information all right here. Here I've got some notes, and what I'll do here on this spreadsheet is kind of like what I use Trello for, is I put all kinds of notes across this top bar here and every time I make an order with a company, it's going to have a new thing. So let's just say this is Hasbro. I'm going to go do a Hasbro order because I've got a Hasbro account. And I would create a whole new order for Hasbro here. So ordered, once it's shipped, I'll have something in here that says shipped on. I'll have something in here that says arrived at Prep Center. I'll have something in here that I'll say paid with. And so I've got all kinds of information for each and every order that I make in my master buy list spreadsheet. So what I have here is the orders placed. We're going to create a new order for Home Basics. Okay, now what we're going to do is add a detailed description. Actually, we're going to go back up to here and put the date on that too. I like being able to see the date of the order right away. Kind of gives me an idea of how things are going when I'm following the process here. Okay, so we'll get that out. Now what we want to do is, I also like having a checklist for everything. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create my my checklist, which we can actually copy each time we do an order. So title of the checklist is order why is it not order process? Okay, and here we're going to add an item and do order entered into master spread or buy list spreadsheet. Okay, and then we have date order placed has been entered into spreadsheet. Again, just trying to make sure things don't fall into the cracks. And here. And I've already put the date up above. And then we've got tracking number entered into spreadsheet. This is just making sure that you go and get the tracking numbers for each of your orders. You might not think that that's a big deal, but when something's lost, the tracking numbers are going to come in handy, and not every supplier that you work with is going to give you that without you asking for it. A lot of them don't, and I have to ask on a regular basis, hey, can I get the tracking number for this? And here, and comments. And then we have reminder. So for each of my orders that I place, I actually put a reminder in my phone to check on it a week later to see if it's arrived yet. Again, the goal here is to make sure that nothing's falling through the cracks. To check on shipment 1 week from order date. And then shipment arrived at prep center. Shipment created. I missed something up there. Tracking number. Let's go back up here. We have shipment entered into prep center software. Okay, because they need to know it's coming, and most prep centers are going to have some kind of a system for that. And actually, we can. These are both not a big deal. Shipment has arrived at the prep center. Let's go back up here. Shipment created in inventory lab, or in Amazon. Again, it just depends on your overall process and what you use as your tools for managing your business. Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got Amazon, or shipment has been sent to Amazon. Okay, so as we go through this process, what we've got here is in my spreadsheet. Let's go back here and just double check on the spreadsheet that I've got. It's been entered in the spreadsheet. We're good there. I'm going to put this over on my other monitor. I'm going to check that off. Date that has been ordered is on the spreadsheet. That's almost always the first things I do, but still, we don't want it falling through the cracks. Don't have a tracking number for this particular shipment yet. Again, this is all a make-believe order anyway, but if we had a tracking number, I would put it in my spreadsheet, and then I would go ahead and just put it here. Tracking number for this order is Lottie Dada. Okay, and then you can just save it. And if we had done that, we got the tracking number, we could put it in here. So one of the things that this is going to do is here, if you're using Trello at all, you'll see that it's keeping track of your list, and it's keeping track of your comments. And I've already entered it in my spreadsheet. And let's say that I've entered it in the Prep Center app. So now we're just waiting for it to be delivered, and we'll go back in here, and as this goes through the whole process of being delivered at the Prep Center, being prepped, and then followed all the way through to the actual shipping to Amazon. So that's how I use Trello to manage my shipments. And an example of my spreadsheet that I keep for managing all my orders and managing the ROI on the orders. I'll actually go back in here when I'm creating the shipment and double check everything again and see if anything's changed. Some things are really volatile, so I'll have to go in here and change the ROI, and I'll have just a whole list of my ROI for every order I've ever placed, and created. So I have that in my spreadsheet, and then we've got, of course, this Trello board that we can use for managing your orders. So just a quick video on how to do that. Hopefully that's helpful for everybody.